Oh, yeah. God bless everyone. This is the day that the Lord has made, and it's marvelous in our eyes. We don't serve a dead God. We serve a living God. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. I just want to bring this powerful message across to you today. And I wish that, I don't know, yeah, I wish that heaven will help us today to examine ourselves, and very important to know ourselves, as the message is already stated. How to know yourself. Sometimes we human beings don't know ourselves, and because we don't know ourselves and we don't know why we are here on earth, we are afraid of a lot of things. More especially, sometimes we are afraid to die. You see, we are afraid to die, and sometimes we are afraid to take some decisions because we don't know why we are here. We don't know why we are born. We don't know the purpose why God brought us on planet Earth. And that is why I come to you quickly to share this great word with you. Just like our role model in Christianity, being Apostle Paul. I don't want you to misunderstand when I say our role model, because Jesus was not a Christian. Jesus was not a Christian. Hold that at the one corner of your life. And Apostle Paul is the one that started Christianity. That's why I say our role model. He knows when the time is up, and he knows everything about himself. And he repeated exactly what Jesus said about finishing. Jesus said it is finished. Apostle Paul said, I have run the race and I have finished the course. So, when once you know where you are going, when once you know why you are here, and once you know why God bring you here on earth, it will help you to know where you are going. So I want you to understand yourself. Understanding yourself will help you to navigate to the next level of your life. This message may be very short and it may be very long. It may take like 30 minutes. I may like to have it two sections. So, but for now, I want you to notice this. In this particular first topic, I want you to focus on this: the laws of personal success. The law of personal success. And I want to let you know success is something that every human being wants. Everybody wants to succeed. But for you to succeed in life, there are questions you have to answer. And every human being on earth is trying to answer these questions. Even as I'm talking to you, you too, you want to answer this question now. But these five questions control who you are. And these five questions can motivate anything you are doing. These five questions are so powerful that they create everything in this planet that every human being is doing. These five questions is the source of your problem, is the source of crime, is source of everything. Your broken home, your divorce, they are the source of corruption for politicians. These five things I want to mention right now is the source of what every human being is facing. So, our when we try to find the answer to this, it will help us to know who we are. So now you are listening to me this evening and listening to me. You are listening to me because of these five questions. So I try to reduce this to five questions. And that is number one. You need to ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? Many people never answer that question. Who am I? Every average human being never answer that question. Who am I? The second question you must answer to be successful in life is, where am I from? Where am I from? Again, 99% or 90% of the population never answer that question. That question has a kind of nothing to do with your ethnicity, nothing to do with where you come from. The third question every human being must answer to be successful in this planet is, why am I here? Why am I conceived? Why am I born? And I'm certain that a lot of people listening to me now have not been able to answer that question. Why am I here on this planet? The fourth question that you must answer me today to be successful is this: what can I do? What can I do? That question has to do with what am I capable of? Again, over 90% of people have never been able to answer that question. And the last particular question that everybody is struggling to answer is this question: where am I going? When I finish here, when my journey is over, where am I going? It's a question of destiny. Where am I going? So, the first question, who am I, is a question of identity. It's a question of identity. The average human being is still trying to struggle for self-identity. That is why most of all are other people. We are other people. For example, some of you is wearing Michael Jordan shoe. You don't wear yourself. You are wearing Pierre Cardin. It's another person. It's not you. You are wearing Fubu. You are wearing Sean John. You are wearing Georgie Amana. These are people. You want to be like them because you are not like them. So you need to put on other people's identity to feel important because you are sick. You are sick. That is why your children are in gangs today, killing each other. That is why your daughters are prostitutes, because they just want to wear Nike shoes, because they are trying to get identity. They can kill. They can kill for a suit. They can kill for a laptop. That is, they can even kill for a wig you are wearing on your hair, because some of them don't know who they are, so they want to put on a wig to look like other people. That is why you follow the style of the day, because you have no identity. You want to try to keep up with other people's style, other people's identity. Who are you? Who am I? And some of you have lost your true self. You look like other people. It's a sign that you are battling with this question. You hate your own face. You try to look like other people. You hate your own style. You hate your face. You change your nose and you change a lot of things because you try to look like other people. You end up being like somebody else. And that is why the entire industry of the industry is building their factory, because they know you don't know who you are, so they have to sell their image to you. The second question: where am I from? That is a question of heritage, the source. And if I ask that question, if I ask you, where are you from? You say, I'm from Trinidad, I'm from Nigeria, I'm from, that is not true. I'm from Jamaica, I'm from Barbados. That is not true. I'm from America. That is not true. I'm from Mexico, I'm from UK. That is not true. You are so mixed up that you don't know where you came from. Check your granddaddy is white, then another person is black. So you are mixed up. You see, we need to answer this question. If you try to find out where you are from by using your ethnic heritage, you get lost. By using your ethnic heritage, I say you get lost. And here's the problem: you can never know who you are until you find where you are from. So that is where you have problem. You can't find where you come from because you don't know who you are. Because you don't know who you are, you can't know where you come from. So you are just in a place. You need to know, where am I from? Where? Where am I from? Where am I? Why am I here? The next one, why am I here? That is a question of purpose. And that is why we are going to deal with a lot of things this evening, because this one is tied to the other two. If you don't know where you are from and don't know who you are, you will not know why you are here. Is the question of purpose. The fourth question, what can I do, is potential. What is my true power? 95% or 80% of people listening to me now, they are living below that ability. You are only using 10% of your brain power. Who you are have never been discovered. What you are settling for is disappointing you. What you are proud of, God is ashamed of it. In other words, I discover for you to be a genius, all you need to do is to use 1% of others, and they call it genius. You see, that is, our culture is so funny. Our culture here is so funny. What can you do? What is your true ability? The problem is, our culture attempt to tell us what to do. The educational system of this city is the greatest problem, because they tend to judge your potential by their exams. They try to judge who you are by their exams. But within time, they give you a test. When they give you C, they say you are an average woman. How did they come about that? How can they just say, and now if you get F, they say you have nothing. The greatest people on earth are people that never finish school. Bill Gates is one of them. Because educational system don't have the mechanism to measure how much you know. That is why I don't trust any system here on earth. I don't trust no system. You are so smart, they can't measure your intelligence. You are so smart that nobody can measure your intelligence. Don't believe anything they tell you about you. Believe only what God says about you. Some of you are still living under the exam you took 20, 15 years ago. And they told you that you are not artistic, that you cannot calculate, you cannot do this, you cannot do this, you cannot do this, you cannot, and you cannot add and multiply, and you believe them. Until today, you are still afraid because you believe them. Let me tell you something. The Bible says, let God be truth and let all human be liars. So, trust no man. That is why I don't trust any opinion of man. Your belief don't mean anything to me. So you keep your thinking to yourself. You keep your belief to yourself. I don't come here for you to like me or approve me. I approve myself. You cannot come to remove who I am. I am myself, and I will continue to be myself. I don't live for nobody. I'm not existing for nobody. I'm existing for myself. So, in other words, you and I must be careful not to allow people to judge us. Let's not allow people to judge us. And I want you to take a look of this. These questions I ask now is the question of life. And it summarizes everything about women. Take a look of this next point. And I want you to write it down. The desire for every human being is to succeed. Everybody wants to succeed. Everybody. Not even a single person. Now, success is predictable. Success, that success I'm talking about, is predictable. I keep telling people this, sometimes they don't believe me. You can predict success. You can. But the problem is, there is failure is also predictable. What do I mean? You can predict that a person will fail before they fail. Because like I can predict your failure, I can predict your success. Because they are designed that way. Why is success predictable? Because life is designed to function by laws. Life is designed to function by laws. God designed life in such a way that it makes success controllable. You see, what I am today, I decided to become. I decided to become. You should stop blaming people for your failure. Stop blaming people for your shortcomings. Whatever thing you are today, you have decided to be that. That is to be poverty. That is, listen, whatever thing you are, that is what you are. Stop blaming. You know, we the colored people always want to blame, have somebody to blame. Satan is Satan, his uncle is this. No, life is designed for you to succeed because God wants you to succeed. I wish above all things that you prosper, even as your soul prospereth. So your success is for a reason. God built success during the creation because the success of everything God created affects his reputation. Write that quickly. What did I say? The success of everything that God created, it protects God's reputation. It protects it. Do you understand just what I just said? Now, I believe that you do. Now, when I discover this, I become very dangerous. And I discovered this at the age of 17, 17 to 18. That is when I discovered it. I have no fear. I hit the street. I believe that God created me. He designed me to succeed. And my success was in his best interest. Let me explain. Every product that a manufacturer made, he put his name on it. Everything. Your shoe have a name. Your dress have a name, a tag. Your purse have a name on it. Your car, your iPad have a name on it. Your everything around you, even your stuff, everything around you have a name on it. Your iPad have a name on it. Either it's Apple or whatever. They have a name. They have a name on it. Their name. That symbol or name is what they call image. Image. Mercedes have an image, Nissan have an image, Apple have an image, Microsoft, every of them have a name, and that is the image. And when they finish with the product, the last thing they put on the product is their image. That is the name. That is the last thing. The last thing they put, a manufacturer put on a product is the image, the name. And with that, you will know who they are. So I said this again. Go to a car factory. They will not put a name on it until they finish because it's only when the product is finished is when they put a name on it. I manufacture shoes. The last thing we put is the name and then we package it and send it out. Can I talk to you? So I want to really talk to you. I want you to understand it. Now, let me use this telephone, for example. This telephone I'm holding in my hand. I'm talking about God, but now follow me. This telephone come from a manufacturer. This telephone was finished before they sold it. No product leave a manufacturing plant until it has been tested. I'm gonna tell you something now. It has to be tested. Let me say it again. No product leave a manufacturing plant until it's been tested. And as they test every one of them, everyone, it doesn't matter whether it's thousands, they pay people that put on white suit. All they do all day is to test everything. They test, they go after everything, they put their image on it and they put it in a box. And when they put now, so when they finish everything, they put it in a box. So when you get anything, when they put it in a box, when you get anything, it's not new. It's not new. It has been used. Somebody have tested it. Because then when they finish it and put a name, that is when they now put it in a box and close it, and they are so sure it can work. And they put on top of it a book. The book have a lot of promises, and that is what they call the manual. It has a lot of promises, and that promises, they promise you all type of things. Sometimes they say this phone can make phone call. How did they know that? Because they have already tested it. This phone can connect through internet. How did they know that? They have already tested it. This phone can send text message. How do they know that? Because they have already tested it. This phone can take voice note and keep it for you. How did they know that? Because they have already tested it. This phone battery can last for 8 hours. How did they know that? Because they have already tested it. They have already tested it for 8 hours. That is why they can make you those promises. And when they put their image on it, that is a sign that is just beginning to go into the market. Now, I want to tell you something about yourself so that you can understand. Hallelujah, glory. Now, when they finish and put that book in the box, and in the book, sometimes it's 2, 3, 4, 5 pages, and many of us don't read it. Okay, like this. Can you imagine? I don't want to embarrass you. How many of you read every page of, look at this? Now, how many of you read all these pages? Now, you have not read it, you just come up. Many of us only read 2, plug and all that. Some of us will just look at the phone, all right, the charging point, okay, charging, yeah, blah, blah, they move. You see, many of us just only learn. Will you buy a gadget, pause, rewind, play, and go? They have a lot of 50 a lot of promises there. You just learn, turn it on, turn it off. That means that you are not operating on that 34 of the potential of the phone. You are living below its privilege. You are abusing your own life. Now, what am I trying to say? Some of you are just like those manuals. Go to work, go to bed, go to work. That is how your life is. Get up, go to work, go to bed, eat. Yeah, yeah. That is all you do. You wake up, you go to work, you eat, you go to bed. Wake up, go to work, eat, go to bed. Because you have never read the manual of your life. I want you to read the manual of your life. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? The last 2 pages of that manual always have 2 words. First page say warranty, second page say guarantee. There is a difference between guarantee and warranty. Warranty means we put out entire company behind this product. If anything goes wrong, if any defect exists, if it doesn't work, we have a warranty ship it back to us. We will pay for the shipment. We will repair it on our own expenses, and we will put new parts on it, and we will ship it back to you. All expenses is us. That is just warranty. They don't even know you, and they are putting up that promise. So why would they spend all that money to use to ship it back to them on their expense, for them to repair it on their own expense, for them to ship it back to you on their own expense, for them to actually give you a new one on their own expense? They don't even know you. They don't know you. The answer is none of that is about you. It's not about you. It's about the God, the name. They do it because of the name, for themselves, for the name's sake. Do you know why David said, for your name's sake? For your name's sake. Their reputation is at stake. For his name's sake. Who are you? Answer yourself. Go and finish the manual of your life. So when a manufacturer replaces a part of anything, and ship it back to you, it's not because of you. It's because of the name. And that is why they can record their product, repair it, and send it back to you. Are you getting me now? Now, it doesn't matter if they say this warranty will last 1 year. They are ready to put their name at stake for that. We will do everything and we send it back. It doesn't matter how much it costs, because there is nothing more expensive more than their name. Do you now understand why David said, for your name's sake? In other words, the success of their product respect their reputation because they put their name on it. When God decides to create a product called man, a man, Jehovah Universal Manufacturing Plant decided to manufacture you. He decided to create a product called man, and God tested you before he put his name on you, before he put his image on you, and say you are created in the image and the likeness of God. That's why the first thing God said was actually the last thing he said. Let us make man. And now we put on him our own image. Jesus. Let me explain. You did not begin when God created you. That's not when you began. That's not when you began. If you think so, rethink. That is not when you began. Now, let me say it again. I did not begin when God created me. God said to Jeremiah, before you were born, before you were conceived, I know you. In your mother's womb, I know you. I've already tested you. I know what you can do. I say you are a prophet. That is not an introduction. I said this. So when I'm born is not when I'm created. I have been existing before I come here. Tested and proven that I can pass through this. Are you getting me now? Now, what I am already am. But you have not seen it yet. What I'm already am. You have not seen it yet. So I want you to have that at the back of your mind, and your life will never remain the same. That is why your teacher, can understand you. People can't understand me. People think I'm finished. I am not finished. I am a finished product before I come here. So, who am I? Everything in this phone came through this phone. You don't buy this phone and look for something to put on it. No. When God releases you, you come with everything. The problem is that you have not read your manual in order to know how to function in the different things that God have already put in you. You have an iPad or some phones that have 500 functions and you're releasing 10 and you think you have done well. 10 over 100 is a failure. Many of you, that is why you look as if you are a failure. You have not seen anything yet, because there's going to be a manifestation. You have not seen anything because there's going to be a manifestation. So you have not seen the price. God is about to do a new thing. And I want to use this opportunity to tell you, whatever place you are, to put yourself in order. In the next 6 months, go back to your manual. No other functions, the things that you have not used before. Pull it out and start using it. And heaven will begin to speak on your behalf. My name is Commander CSI. They call me the Talking Spirit. Don't judge any person. I will continue this message maybe tomorrow. And I want you to share it massively. Share it massively. And ask yourself that question: who am I? And why am I here? And your life will never, ever remain the same. God bless you. And follow this page if you have not been following it. In Jesus' name, amen. Bye for now.